museum system here and experiencing are there things that you think you might do differently in your work in our area, in life in general?
International travel always questions my need for material goods. So personally, there's that. I don't need half of what I think I need. It's really just I want it. But I did have one experience where it was in Izborsk, that very small town, and Vera, my translator, and we wanted fresh fruit. We hadn't had any for several days. And so we went to the tiny little grocery store on the edge of town, and all they had was last year's apples and last year's cabbage, and it wasn't any good. So we didn't get any, and I asked her, what do they do if their gardens haven't come in season yet and there's nothing like that to eat? What do they do? And she said, well, they just don't have it. And in many ways, I'm grateful that I have the ability to get an orange any time of year. But at the same time, it's like, well, I guess if you don't have it, you just make do with something else, and it's fine. So it's kind of good to be able to have that mindset of, you know what, maybe my want isn't actually, or my need isn't actually a need, it's a want, and then it's fine if it's not satisfied. So that's one thing that personally I'm sort of reflecting on. Professionally, I was reflecting a lot during the trip on how people learn and how people engage with what happens in the museums. And I think for some people the traditional museum really works. For others, though, especially with people now being so used to having adaptive learning, being able to the whole idea behind free choice learning is you can choose to learn however you want to learn, however you learn best. Just it sort of strengthens my belief in what we do here, providing multiple touch points, multiple layers of experience for people. However, I did see a couple really solid programs that they had there that I'm actually going to try to see if I can adapt to what we do here. So, for example, there was one at Semenkovo where they were doing talking about different minerals and how you make paint from natural minerals. So I thought that was a really interesting thing, and that's something that we've actually gotten some feedback from teachers in our area about how or different ways to teach rocks and minerals beyond just, you know, this is igneous and this is sedimentary and, you know, that's our sort of stuff, but more applicable things that you can do with them. So that's something I've sort of been tossing around in my brain. So it's more like different topics that I feel like I might want to pull and borrow from and use here. But as far as presentation and the way that the sort of experiences we provide for people, I feel even more strongly, I think, that what we have going on here is solid.